Twitter.
YouTube, Twitter. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, everybody? We know y'all still woke. Can everybody jump on this live, share this live? Y'all know tomorrow is a really, really important day. It's not only Friday, but it is the final opportunity that we have to speak to the Allen County Commissioners to let them know that we will not tolerate a jail in our neighborhood, in our backyard, next to our kids' school, in our community at all. Tomorrow is the final day that we have to actually address these commissioners. So we need you all to tap in so we can let you know what the plan is. Share this live for this information. Tag a bunch of your friends. Oh, we got one of my friends on the line too. Forgot about that. We have a Fort Wayne legend, Fort Wayne native. A lot of y'all friend, brother, cousin, pastor. We have the pastor Carlton Lynch on the line. Thank you so much for being with us at 10:30 p.m. We appreciate it. How you doing, brother Carlton?
I'm doing good. Good to see you, Daisy and Alicia. Good to see that you all are still in the fight, bringing attention and awareness to injustices. So I'm glad to be with you tonight.
Appreciate that. Um, so we called in Carlton because sometimes you just have to call in reinforcement. Carlton has been doing this work for many years here in Fort Wayne, so he know the landscape, he know the players, he know both sides, he know the commissioners, he know the elected officials here, as well as he know the Black community. He know southwest, northwest, northeast, and definitely southeast. And so it's really important that we called in the reinforcements because we have tomorrow, like we said, which is the final commissioners meeting, and then on the 25th next week, Thursday, we have the federal court hearing where the judge Leakey will be making the final his decision in regards to accepting the commissioner's proposal to build a $400 million jail on the southeast side or denying their proposal. So we have to make sure that our voices are heard because the commissioners have not budged off their stance that the southeast side is the best place to build their fortress, to build their jail, to build their prison. Um, so we know that the people have the power, so we have to let our voices be heard. Alicia, you have anything you want to say before we get started? Tag, share.
Um, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Tag, share. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing and tagging y'all. Make sure y'all get this out. I'm sure plenty of you guys have been aware of our efforts to get the word out about this issue because many people still do not know what is happening in the community. So it's important that you guys share this live, and let people know what's happening. We have some crucial dates coming up, and like we said in the post, it's non-negotiable. Like we got to be there. We really have no choice. And so, like I
If
said,
you're not there,
share.
then you don't care.
Yeah,
Period.
exactly. If you're not there,
Um,
then you don't care. There ain't no excuses. Calling off work, all that. We got people calling off work, you know, so there's no excuses.
if your family has suffered an injustice in Fort Wayne, you should be there. If you have been elected by the people, especially if it is in the 6th district, you should be there. Our elected officials should be there. If you have signed the petition, if you have signed the pledge, you should be there. If you are a community, if you make money from our community, that would be the beauty supply stores, that would be the gas stations. You should be there. If you run a business on the southeast side, you should be there. If you care about the economic development, if you have any new developments that are being erected on the southeast side of town, and I know a few of you all, you should be there. A lot of partners, black men, are coming together to build different, complexes and situations on the southeast side. You definitely should be there because your businesses will be impacted. So I could think about so many people, daycare workers. If some of the staff can be off to come down there tomorrow, it's really important. Teachers, I know the teachers will be in school, but we are going to be standing in your stead tomorrow. So yeah, everybody should be there. And then we just gonna let Carlton. Oh, we gonna raise some money tonight too, right? Yeah, we
Absolutely.
are. Absolutely. All right, so Carlton, we're gonna let you kind of have the floor. I think everybody know what we're here for. We want to make sure that you all come out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at Citizen Square. Meet us right in the front at Citizen Square. It's really, really important tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
All right. Well, again, let me thank you all for doing what you do, uh, making change. I love Fort Wayne. I don't care where I go, how high uh, I go. I can never forget where I come from in my city, and I love my community. I remember a few weeks ago, maybe when this first came out, Alicia, I really almost thought that somebody was playing a joke uh, to hear that there was even a consideration for the Allen County Jail to sit uh, dead smack in on the southeast side of town. It amazes me when you look at Fort Wayne, and Fort Wayne is not a bad place. In fact, it's growing. A lot of development. You go out north, you see businesses, vibrant
Mm-hmm.
businesses, stores, and
Mm,
restaurants, hotels downtown
yeah,
have grown massively. Uh, but to hear that people think of African Americans in the southeast side of Fort Wayne, out of all that can be planted and built and developed on that ground, to see uh, and to hear that the only thing that they could come up with is a jail, I think is an insult at an all-time high.
a
Uh,
70-acre jail.
70,
Yeah.
yeah, and I am applaud and really bothered with Sheriff Gladio uh, and so many others. And I have to be honest, I'm very hurt and let down. Why, I don't know, that the mayor of our community, of our city, has not
Right?
said anything, have not called for any press conference, have not given any type of redress. And I do understand that where they're talking about building it is really out of his jurisdiction, but the jail now sits within the city limits. So that says you should have, in fact, something to say.
A speak.
And
Mm-hmm.
let me say this, I remember years ago, Daisy, they were getting ready to bring the sanitation, the dump on Pontiac Street.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be by, I think, at that time, the Foundry, dead right there on Pontiac Street, across from, right before you get to the turnaround. And I remember it was Trustee Rick Stevenson and
Mm.
myself that was at a meeting challenging the brother of Tom Henry, I believe Jerry Henry, and exactly what you all are doing. It wasn't many people there, but we put so much pressure on them that we haven't even heard about it since that day. And I want to tell Fort Wayne is good to see Pastor Sharp on tonight. is going to take just a group of people that's going to stand. And a lot of times people are so busy living their lives while people are in these rooms and they're voting and they're making decisions that will in the future affect us. If I would move back to Fort Wayne, uh, on the southeast side of town is where I would live. I was born on Plaza Drive, right in between Rudisil and McKinney. And that area is a vibrant area for home ownership. Why would anyone in fact want to buy or build a house in that area where there's schools, and anytime there's schools it brings about families?
Mhm.
Why would anyone
Mm-hmm.
want to in fact live their lives? New couples are starting. There's so many new couples that's now home shopping because of the market being such a great market at this time. Why would they want to pull out of their driveway? Why would they want to back out to take their children to what was called a Harding or Prince Chapman to drop off their 8-year-old to see
Mhm.
a jail?
Yep.
Not a boys and girls club, not a fire department where they could go for help, not for another school that can break ground, not for a hotel with all the hotels being smack dead downtown,
Mhm.
not where they can go check in and their family, not a park, but a jail. And that just begins to think, how people really feel about us. And it bothers me to see so many people in Fort Wayne that have the power to speak, but
Mm.
have said absolutely nothing.
Mm.
This is not political. This is an injustice.
That's right.
We're not. This is not based on a Democrat or a Republican. This is not white or black. This is an injustice that we want our children. It's not even about the 40 and the 50 and the 60-year-old. It's about our 8 and 10 and 15-year-olds,
Mhm.
kids that's trying to go to college. Why a jail? And so I want to stand with you all and commit. I'm going to be in Fort Wayne tomorrow for like a very quick moment because I'm taking my daughter to college tomorrow, and I'm going to be there for about 30 minutes. I'm going to try to get on the ground with you all tomorrow for at least 10 minutes. And let
That's
me just say
awesome.
this to people that's on tonight, and I need everybody to share this and tag someone. See, a lot of times people come on these platforms and they just spectate but won't participate.
Mhm.
You'll hear all of the information that's being given. You'll agree, but sometimes you want to hide because you don't want people to know that you really stand with it. And I want to say that we need everyone, all involved party. We need every single person to be involved. I need you to tag pastors,
Mhm.
tag pastors and leaders. Tag Pastor Luther Whitfield, whose church is just literally in walking distance, almost. Tag pastors that live in that area. There's pastors that live literally on that southeast side
Mhm.
of Fort Wayne. Politicians, the same ones that have went door to door when it was their name on the ballot.
That's
We're
right.
Mm.
asking you not that your name to be on the ballot, but we are asking for your feet to be on the ground. We voted for you. We went door to door. We've
Mm.
allowed you to put your signs in our yards. We've worn
Mhm.
your T-shirts and so forth. This is not the time to be silent. We need to plaster the phone number of our mayor. We need your voice during this time. We need your voice during this hour. We must find the addresses of every person that will
Yep.
be voting for this jail to come to the southeast side of Fort Wayne. We
Y'all hear
will,
that?
as
Names
we
and
done
addresses.
as we done before. We
You
went
got
to one of the commissioners, I forget what that was, Daisy, when he said called us something in the boardroom.
Yeah,
I
Larry
forget,
Brown, county
Larry
council.
Brown, and
Hmm.
he immediately resigned.
That's
This
right.
is this right here.
Mhm.
We're going to have to be intentional, and we're going to have to disperse and go to the neighborhoods of these people that's voting to ask one question: would you want a jail in your backyard?
Mhm.
And not saying that we have a problem with people that's in jail, but it's not a place for an inner city. It's not a
That's right.
place. Jails, even when you go to Gary, Indiana, when you go to Bloomington, Indiana, let's just look through Indiana. Jails are in the downtown area. But
Hmm.
now is almost making us believe that the mayor really doesn't want the jail to be downtown because there's something else that he can put on the ground to make
Mm.
him look
Say
worthy
that.
of bringing positive business. And we're
Hmm.
not against our mayor for bringing business to downtown, but don't do it at the expense of relocating the jail to predominantly African American neighborhoods.
That's right.
So that's where I'm
Mhm.
at tonight, and I want to stand with y'all. So we must raise, and some people will see this video afterwards, and I need you all to continue to share it. But we need to raise funds. We need to raise funds, and we need to begin to share this story. Share this story. I'm going to do it tonight before I retire for the night. We need to share it to D.L. Hughley. We need to share it to Al Sharpton. We need to share it to every single person that speaks on issues such as this. And we need everybody to do it. Share it to your pastor, to your commissioner, to your city councilman, every single person. We need to share it to the school superintendents. What is the superintendent of East Allen County saying?
Nothing.
We need to hear from them. And I bet you, and I'm not sure because I have not been in the loop, that East Allen County, in my time being in Fort Wayne, mostly brought superintendents inside the city. So they don't have an enroll or any type of connection to the community that they never paid taxes in.
Right.
So they
Mm.
get their check and they go back to Ohio or
Hmm.
at one time to Marion, Indiana. So I want to stand
Mm.
with you all tomorrow. And I know we need to raise money to help. It costs to bring attention, it costs to bring awareness to injustices. And so we must put our money where our mouth is. While I'm on the road tomorrow, I'm going to call pastors locally to ask for a donation. Here's what I love about grassroots fundraising: that if we can get a whole lot of people to give little, it will accumulate to being a lot.
That's
And
right.
so that's how President Obama made it to the White House. He didn't make it in with the $5,000 dinners. He made it in by a whole lot of people giving 15 and $15 and $20 and 35. If everybody give on their level, I believe that we can make it and we can take care of what we need to take care of. So Daisy, talk about what we need money for, and then let's talk to the people about and challenge them tonight to start giving.
All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Carlson. Y'all can probably see why we got him on. He knows the history behind everything here in Fort Wayne. But what we need to raise money for, it actually costs money to be on this platform that we're on right now. So the streaming service that we use to make sure that you all can see us on YouTube, that you can see us on Facebook and Twitter, that costs money. Also, we have t-shirts No new jail, especially Southeast t-shirts. Not in my backyard t-shirt. What else do we have, Alicia? What does the other shirt say?
Uh, stop the build. No new
Yes.
jail southeast.
Stop the Build, No New Jail Southeast. All of those shirts are available. We have the physical shirts, and we will have them out in front of Citizen Square with us tomorrow. They are $15 each. You can buy one or two for yourself. You can buy one of each. And you can buy some for someone else. And so we have those t-shirts. We need money for that. We would like to give those t-shirts out for free. So tomorrow we are going to be rallying. We're going to be demonstrating to show them that we are not going to have the jail in our community. We would love to give out free shirts so that everybody can have one on. Additionally, in order to get the word out and to raise awareness, we want to do canvassing in the for the neighboring residents, making sure that those residents know what is going on. We've spoken to several residents who just did not know about a proposed jail in their backyard, literally. And so we want to make sure that we can get on foot to go and introduce ourselves to these people and let them know that we're fighting for them, that they should join and fight for themselves, and let them know what the commissioners are planning to do. So we want to do foot canvassing. Also, we want to do phone banking. Phone banking costs money as well, and so we want to make sure that we have the funds to phone bank, to call as many of these residents as possible. If you would like to volunteer, we really need you to volunteer.
Yeah.
And we're going to need you all literally a Sunday, Monday next week to phone bank with us to call these residents. So phone banking, canvassing, t-shirts. We need funds for all of those things, even for Facebook streaming, Twitter, YouTube, to get the word out to Roland Martin and to the Shade Room. We're going to need to make sure that we have the funds to support all of that. And so that's what we're raising money for. Anything I missed, Alicia?
I don't think so. That really hits it
Okay.
all. Hits it on the mark.
All right. Um, and so crowdfunding is really, really important for us. It's what has sustained change makers, grassroots from the very beginning. It has been our supporters who have done that. And so we know that you all will continue to support in that way. And we thank Carlton Lynch for that as well. But this is really his part because this is what he do. So,
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give either tonight or tomorrow when I come, but I'm going to give $200 uh, to to help, and I need as many people, and I'm giving that, and I'm going to be calling. I'm going to do my best to try to get at least 9 more pastors to do the same. I think I can do that. I would hope I
mhm.
can get them to give that. And I see Pastor Sharp on tonight. If he'll partner with me,
So, Pastor Sharp.
if he'll stand with me with 200 as well. If we can get 10, that's $2,000, and that would be all right. He said he's in, so we can get 8 more. I think I'm good. And Pastor Sharp, we can talk tomorrow when I'm on the highway. I'll be on the highway at 7 a.m. If we can just get a list between myself and you, who we can call to give, it'll be amazing. I'll call Pastor Barrel. I'll call Luther Whitfield. I'll call Pastor Pettis. Um, I will call the new pastor at Mount Calvary. So I'm gonna call those guys tomorrow. I'll call Pastor Bill McGill. Uh, okay, cool. Yeah. And so you may have another circle. I think we need to call everybody,
Yeah.
not just some. I may have to call pastors that I ain't talked to in 5 years. I'm cool with that. Uh,
Hmm.
you know, so let's do that. Um,
We also
this
need our grassroots organizations. Like I'm looking for some of our young people, bigger than us, BTU. We're looking for the Urban League's young professionals. They have about between 10 and 15 young professionals who are running that part of the Urban League. We're calling for them as well. Alicia, who are some more of the young organizations? Um, I know Allie has her own business, Allie Wims, Courtney Lewis. We're calling all of these people who we know actually care about the issue, but just haven't tapped in. We're asking for all of you to tap in. Romeo, everybody who was involved with Juneteenth, Adrian Curry and his business. Everybody. We got a lot of people in the city who we know care about the young people, who care about the schools. We need you all to tap in because a jail is permanent. A decision from a federal judge is permanent. There's so much that we won't be able to do after a decision by Judge Lichty. Judge Lichty, he will say, if the community is not here on the 25th, if the community does not care, then why should we care? There was a statement that was made by Commissioner Nelson Peters. He said that we chose the path of least resistance, and that's just a quote. But he actually that's a quote from me. But what he said was, he said we chose the area that would, Alicia, what did he say, that was least
That would
impactful?
be least impacted. We chose the
Yeah,
area for the jail that would be least.
least
Listen to
impact.
that. Least impacted. Impacted the least.
Yeah. What does that mean? We chose the area, the location that would be least impacted. What is it? Because we know that.
So,
Go ahead,
one of the
Alicia.
things that I'm thinking about is vulnerability. And we've talked about this and just looked at some different data that we've seen of Fort Wayne and
Mhm.
statistics and where people live and who people are and all that good stuff. And what it's really shown us is that the southeast quadrant is the most vulnerable part of Fort Wayne. And that vulnerability, I've been using an analogy that kind of makes sense for me is that the southeast side could not withstand a disaster, like a natural disaster. If there was a disaster that happened on the southeast side, we would not rebound from that. We would not rebound. I mean, look at Katrina. They're still trying to rebound from that, the black community. So if something like this were to happen to our community, considering we're the most vulnerable, the poorest area of the city, the underrepresented, marginalized, just discriminated against, not given the same
Uninvested
opportunities as
in.
far as our businesses go. We're not
Mm,
invested. They don't invest in our side of the town. If we were to have this natural disaster, the jail, our community is going to crumble and we will not be able to rebound from it. Statistics or not statistics, data shows that we are the most impacted on the southeast side. So, I mean, that's something you can just think about. I mean, what is this going to do to our community and how are we going to move? How are we going to pull ourselves out of this once it does happen? When they put this jail, they drop it right on Adams Center and Paulding Road, right across from our children. How would that affect their future? How would that affect their mental state over time? The prolonged exposure to this jail. So,
yeah.
you know,
Alicia, I mean that's all facts, and thanks for sharing that data with us as well. And so, I mean, we've been speaking to you for months now about this issue. We know that in county council today, it was just a perfect representation of how chaotic this is because the proposed budget was released, and I mean everybody was confused. Um, Nothing was proven or researched or anything of that nature. And so just in general there was a air of confusion and chaos. And so what we want to do is, how do we move forward? We show up. If you don't show up, then you really just don't care. Cancel meetings, call off work, whatever you have to do, but we need to actually show up in person to show them that we will not tolerate the disrespect of them even proposing that this jail be on our side of town. And so we're here tonight just to remind you all that we'll be out there in front of Citizen Square at 10 a.m., as well as we are raising money to make sure that we can continue to raise awareness about this issue. We need your bodies. We need your volunteering. We need your time. And so, yeah, thanks so much for Carlton Lynch for being here. He started off with donating the $200, and he's going to, bring in more pastors with him, but we're asking for organizations, for businesses and schools and whomever you are. We're asking for the community to support this effort with their money, with their time, their talent, and their treasure. And we're going to let Carlton go, and we're going to let Alicia and I go too, because we have to be up very early. Thank you so much for being here with us, Carlton.
Thank you all.
Share this video, y'all. Peace.